Alrighty, I just want you to see the Ontario International Airport that's doing cartwheels over the downtown Ontario luxury apartments, just like I'm describing when I'm at the Ontario Town Square, which is literally on the opposite side of this apartment complex, downtown Ontario, where you just saw the Wells Fargo and the Ontario Town Square, the Elbow Cone. I'm on the opposite side of that same apartment complex where the sunset occurs, by the way, and the entity is engaged in doing cartwheels flying over that apartment complex, and they're doing so while the entity is stalking, and I'll show you the schedule where this airport is desperate for my attention, for acknowledgement, and this is getting to mental illness. You're stalking. This is an entity that's engaging in the criminal pattern of conduct, and they're doing so while they are maintaining, it looks like April 29th. I don't see the first flight is not published until 5:05 p.m. actually, but I'm gonna get on and look at it live. This is what an entity is doing while they're stalking plane after plane. You know the frequency. The entity is stalking, and so is ARCO. So are all the demons that just engage. They fill up their tank. This is the 2900th time where they're engaged in, oh, nothing's happening. So we're just going to, right in front of the court, right in front of the world, because the world is going to prosecute terrorists in the United States. You are all witnessing that they are enemies of this country. And they are the fools that they are, the baboons that they are, engaging in what is criminal monitoring, which is a threat to you right in front of your face, and doing so because the helicopter's not flying over the ARCO. So everything is, this is literally their mindset. And it looks at, everything looks like, well, nothing to see here. And I'm not afraid to engage in criminal activity because of that. This is an entity that's engaging in that conduct. And the entity is always engaging in that pattern of conduct. This is the P.O.C. This is the entity this is the flights that are generating now before 5 p.m. Yeah. So this is also Southwest Airlines that is hovering at 6:30 a.m. It's 6:28 a.m. when you're hearing that. And this is the entity that's in real-time monitoring. Coming from what is Gate 405 going to Phoenix, Arizona is not this. And it's not even 6:30 a.m. yet. And this is also not a takeoff from the terminals. This is not coming from the gate. This is an entity that, by the way, this highly unintelligent conduct is a threat to your safety. The Ontario International Airport is not going to remain in existence. This is a serious threat to the rest of you, not just in Ontario, but the states that they're going into. It's a threat to Arizona. It's a threat to Nevada. It's a threat to the states that they are entering into while they are gang stalking me, which I have proven. There is no flight where they are taking off now at 6:30 a.m., hovering over the Ontario Town Square or the Ontario City Hall, or in Upland, California, where Southwest Airlines is engaging what is flying over the top of my head, doing so at 1444 North Euclid Avenue, and they are doing so with the people of the state, okay? This old critter, this is a roach that's engaged in gang stalking and furtherance of murder in the specific environment. Monitoring with communication devices and the blatant disregard are showing the enemies that are the people of the state. 7 Mary 59263, pacing and engineer light. Demons. Also, pacing is shared with those at Chevron. Pay attention at 506 North Euclid Avenue. Harvey is the one that's gang stalking. I already have his license plate on the record. They're gang stalking together. And they're inside of Starbucks, which you already know I gave detailed documentation regarding gang stalking at Starbucks, and they are monitoring together as one entity, while the entity is targeting at 434 North Euclid Avenue outside of what is a published schedule as well. It's the same thing such as Union Pacific using the Metrolink train station, and Metrolink operating using the train line as a means of activity. That's what that would be, both within and without that schedule, but going out of their way to use the train schedule when they don't even have a published train that's arriving. That's the significance of what the Ontario International Airport is engaging in, and they're doing so while there are no flights that are going to include hovering over the downtown Ontario luxury apartments. But what you do see, they're doing so in the environment where the fake sun is rising and setting, which is right here. Okay, this is the pattern of conduct, and then you're mindful of what I'm documenting at Chevron on Sunday, right here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, that's the pattern of conduct of gang stalking. These are pacing demons on Lemon and in the parking lot, mentally ill. And this is what they do. They pace all around you, stalking you until they murder you. Remember, Pavement Rehab is stalking on this street with light activity, as I documented the other morning. And remember the field day that they were having. There are no flights over the Ovid Family Community Library either, where the entities engage in that conduct with the people of the state. It is currently 6:31 a.m. This is the documentation that's going to put those on the Airport Authority Board, like Alan D. Wapner and Jim Bowman and Julia Gu. I'm going to federally prosecute them for the ongoing unlawful and criminal conduct in the act of terrorism of stalking me as an airport in concert with the commercial airline companies who have their own federal prosecutions conspiring my murder and gang stalking while making money, just like ARCO. Okay, this is the RICO case. These are the mentally ill, a population that's engaging in a surveillance system. And this is the beast system, and the beast system is operated by the demon-possessed who are, in fact, mentally ill. Because this is all they're doing is pacing. They're pacing all around you, stalking you, monitoring you unbeknownst to you. License 9FXR408, and showing you the schedule where the entity is maintaining flights, and that do not include here. And now you're talking about what is very serious mental instability and desperation, including not only stalking me in Upland, California with commercial planes, but also doing so while you're looking at the schedule. There's nothing coming from the airport. That's including hovering here, okay? And the entity in this video and in the previous videos that I already documented this morning, and then you're documenting all the businesses that are engaging. Everybody going to U.S. Bank is gang stalking. Everybody cleaning up at Gloria's Cochinas. Everybody on the roads and the highways. Everybody residing at the downtown Ontario luxury apartments. Everybody that's gang stalking in City of Ontario vehicles. City of Ontario, that is Paul Leon. He's being prosecuted as clearly as you see the schedule, as clearly as you see this fake son, because he's going to, sorry, hold on. He's going to be federally prosecuted, and he's going to be unsuccessful in court. Okay, this is the courtroom. The U.S. government that is being federally prosecuted for its own criminal activity, that it takes one that is subject to it, not the government that is biased and that would not expose everything that they're engaging in. And Paul Leon is very unsuccessful. His prosecution is already complete. All right. This is the pattern of conduct, and this is the entity that's unsuccessful while they're prosecuting each other, because Southwest Airlines is putting Paul Leon in prison. Okay, and my prosecution of Paul Leon is relevant for what is damages regarding Dallas, Texas, the headquarters of Southwest Airlines, and every other airlines that's being prosecuted. And gang members like GPC are being federally prosecuted right along with the City of Ontario as third parties. This is pattern of conduct. These are roaches, and these roaches are merely filling up their gas tank to be as close as possible, like they are in the bathroom, monitoring your genitalia, stalking you. Okay, that's P.O.C. They're spending money stalking, just like the state of California, spending money stalking me. Going to hotel rooms, hotels that keep the fake sunrise till sunset, spending money stalking me. 9FXR408, this is P.O.C. It is currently 6:34 a.m.